Submitted. And here, are you really getting time to see the videos, or for practice? Not to, yeah, for practice at least.
To be very honest, I am looking the videos, and because if I will stuck something and I will forget something that
Okay.
what was the basically logic of that video, then I will go and watch that video.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be nice. No, some if you are stuck in somewhere, it will go and give the information.
Yes.
Yeah. So submitted, if it is submitted, and the f dot first name dot errors. If the first name dot errors and it is if it is submitted and first name dot errors, class equal to invalid feedback. So invalid feedback. One div, one more div we have, that
Mm,
is div. We have like star ng div. Here I am going to write the required logic. Means the once the form is submitted without any without any um, text, you should give like required it has to populate the required message. For that I am going to give here first name is required. Okay, so this is under totally one div. Okay. Then this is the first text. Means here it is like first name text
mm,
box validating text uh, is required and not submitted and not submitted. It will throw errors. Okay, this is for the first name. Okay, and other one we have that is like last name we have that is like last name that is it would be the same like the first name. Last name also will have last name parameter and almost the same. It's like this. Here I am going to first, but what would be the first one? Class, and here I am going to give farm hyphen group. Okay, I'm going to use the here last name, and here I am going to give last name, farm control name, and here also should if it is any error, it should not support for the submission. Okay, and other one is like if it is submitted means if it is false, and also if it is errors, it is like invalid feedback. It should go, and then if it is the uh, um, if it is errors, if the errors means if it is not a space, if it is a space, it should go for first name is required instead of here first name. I have to give last name, and also here the first name. I have to give last name. And, yeah, I think okay. Yeah.
so what I understand is if on line 26,
Mm-hmm.
if they have submitted and it has error, last
Mm-hmm.
name or first name has error, then invalid feedback will come.
Actually, yeah. Invalid feedback is something like a class which will
Okay.
yeah uh, actually it is like a class actually in Bootstrap.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it will if you go and it will see like invalid feedback is like an it's a class which will throw the error. It will become red.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
The text box will become red actually. Yeah.
And what is the other condition? Dot errors dot required, line 29.
29. If the errors are required means see if there are two forms, right? In the forms, like one is like no, dirty. It should be dirty. If it is dirty, then it is a valid form. Otherwise,
Okay.
if you go for the Angular JS, they will tell these concepts in detail. They will tell. But we are not inheriting everything from Angular to the I mean Angular JS to the Angular. Here we are going to have only the few. I mean only few things like Angular, like form. Once you submit that form, it is something like once you submit that form, it is something like it should be valid. Valid means all the fields should become dirty and it should satisfy the errors. And it suppose you and it should it should go, it should undergo the changes, then only it will become valid. So it should satisfy the required parameter of the form. Once it is suppose if you see this is required is like a what you are not entering anything in it and then you are submitting it. So in errors, this is one more subclass. Okay, see last name is your control form name. This if this last name is your control form name, I mean farm control name. This that is having the subparameters errors. Okay,
Okay.
among the errors, it can be invalid. It can be some you know it can be invalid or it can be some other state. Now here in this state we are checking for required. Required means what? You have to enter some data. But if you are not entering the data in this field, then you push this first name is required. That's the meaning of 29 statement.
Okay. Okay.
You will have some clear thing once. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one. And one more thing is like we have email. That is that would be the, uh, but here we will give the different things here in email. Email we are going to give I mean control form name as email. Here it's like control form name as email. And one more thing is like we are having ng class is invalid and submitted email dot errors. Email dot errors. And one more thing is like ng if class if required first name not last name, it's like email dot errors. Means it will go for the invalid feedback, which will give the a red border around the text box. And this one is for it will show the last, and if the email is having some problem, it will show for the I mean the text like if you are not giving anything in the email, it will show for email is required in the below the text box. Okay, here it is like first name, sorry last name. One more time I will see form group, and other one is like email, and other one is like text, and other one is like form control name, and then ng class, and e is invalid, submitted, and then we have dot email dot errors, and then dot dollar star ng if submitted, and form dot email dot errors, it is that case, should become invalid, and we should bring the red border around the text box, and we have got email.errors dot required. It will throw the error if the email is if the email is having some uh, problem, if you're not giving the email and pushing. Okay, and apart of it, one more thing we have. This is the validation actually. This is like div, like star ng if is equal to f dot email dot errors dot email. If you are not giving a proper email format, right, we should throw like email must be valid. Okay, this is how you want to do the validation. Okay, for email. And one more thing we have, that is for the password. We have password. Yeah, password also almost like it will be same. We'll go. Okay, password. Yeah, sorry. Password. And here it is like a farm text, farm control name, and here farm control name type is like not text, it is like password. It will be like showing you like dots and dots, right? Because that will be appearing inside the text box, and farm control name is actually password. Mm, just this will become the user defined, but this is the system defined pass, this keyword. Class is the farm control, and G class is submitted, and here I am going to give password, and here I am going to give the email dot errors, password dot errors, and the invalid feedback. If the it will give the red around the table if the errors are there, and apart of it, uh, here another one is like email is required, password is required. For that, we have to change password dot errors dot required. And if you want to give the minimum length, like you have to give minimum length, like min length, min length. So this will become the default minimum length is actually 6 actually, that it will handle. Okay. Thank you. That's how like password must be 6 6 characters. Okay. Characters. Um, so right now I think it's fine. Password errors, and then password errors and password. Second one. The other one we have, that is like confirm password. How to write for the confirm password is, so here confirm password. Okay, here like we are going to give. So if it is password is having any errors and not submitted, it should be go to the invalid state, and part of it, invalid feedback. I mean minimum length. Instead of that minimum length, we can give must match. Must match is nothing but it should be matching for the other um, I mean other one. Just like that one must match is a just like a service. We are going to write that in the TS. But for now, what we want to do is we want to do like must match. Okay, must match. Suppose if we should match to the password what we are I mean what we are giving, right? Should match with the password what we are giving. Pass, confirm password. Confirm password errors. Confirm password is required, and confirm password errors start must match. And part of it, yeah, it's okay. Now, finally, you want to use the button div class equal to form group, form group. And here I am going to pass. Here I am going to pass the button. I mean button is equal to class, and here I am going to give um, btn hyphen btn hyphen btn space btn dot primary hyphen primary. This is how the button will get registered. So I'm going to write the functionalities of all this. I mean this must match and also no
Required.
yeah required min length, which is actually I can able to pass 6, and validation the validator. There is one in between. There is one thing like validators in the Angular forms. We are going to use validators to validate this form, and we also have one service called as we have to write one more service to set the things actually. That is like a must match. For this must match, where actually I want to write a service, and then I want to call that I want to check these two I mean values. Okay, I mean to these two values, which is password and also confirm password, should be checked, and also then only the form should get submit. Likewise, I want to write one more must match validator. It's just like a service actually. Okay. For that initially, yeah, we'll see now how the
Okay, so I think so that we have to first add ng module in our TS.
here in ng module, we didn't create up to now anything, na? We didn't reactive module we have to
Oh,
import.
yes, yes, reactive, I think. So, yes.
Reactive form, reactive forms module, reactive forms module, but it should be imported from the forms, Angular forms, rectangular code. Okay, nice. Not sorry, sir, not code
Oh
forms.
yes, regular forms.
You got it right. Some yeah, these are the details. If we yeah. But now we have to do the validations behind it. We have to enter the validation behind it. Okay, then only this form will it like successful.
Okay.
Okay, between yeah, we'll start writing the TS. What so where this validators is located? Is located in the Angular forms. Okay, they are located in the Angular forms. First, it's like form builder, and then other one is like form group. Okay, what is the other one? Validators from where? From Angular forms at Angular forms. Okay, other one is like import. Actually, I want to write one validator that is like a must match validator. And from where I want to write is I want to write from the uh, um, I want to get it actually to this operation. I can give some match some for the matching purpose. And, here I am going to get from I am going to write here that otherwise we will see that app component dot ts, and here inside this we are going to write for the register form. Register form. Register form is equal to form, form group, and this is just submit. As I told you, submitted initially should be false, since we are not going to submit at very initial point. Once the application is loaded, at very first point of time, it will be false. Then whatever the conditions here I am giving, they will go invalid. If they are true, if it is true only, it will become valid. Okay. Yes. So yeah, now sorry. Yeah, actually the form is not submitted, and the constructor here you have to give the constructor. But in this constructor, what is the parameter I want to pass is um, you know form builder.
This form builder is a service.
Yeah, form builder is actually in the React. It's like sorry, in the Angular it's like a service actually. It will be there in at Angular forms. It provides like syntactical way of formation of an array. It's
Okay.
like an it will shortens it will creates the instances for form control, form group, or form array. Like that we have these classes are there, right? These classes, form group, form array, these classes are there, right?
Yeah.
it will instantiate them in our application. That's what this form builder will do.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, that's how it will work. And then here we are going to give ng on init. I think implements on init. I have to give implements on init on init, and here actually why it is getting okay. ng on init I want to do, otherwise it will become show that error. ng on init, it is a function, and inside this ng on init I am going to type this dot register form. I am going to pass this dot form builder dot group. These are form group. Here I am going to give the first name sorry first name. Here I am going to give the colon, and then I have to pass in the validators dot required. This is the first one I want to pass. Okay, if it is error, it will go and sit like if it is error, it will go and give that error like okay, this error last name is required, first name is required. This error, it will be passing if it is an error. If it is not an error, it will go and well, if it is successfully passed, then it will be passed likewise. That validation in this field too. Okay, and one more.
Okay. This dot form builder dot group first name validators dot required. Okay.
And other one is like validators dot. This is also required. This is what last name. But this first name and last name, whatever we are giving here, they should be equal to that farm control name what you are giving.
Uh,
You got it? This farm control name whatever you are giving, this should be equal to our first name and last name what you are having here.
okay. Got it.
Okay, and other one is like email. This is also same what we have given, and yeah, if it is spaces and validators dot required comma validators dot email. Okay, this two should happen, and one more thing is like password. Here also it's like if it is should go for undergo the validation required validators dot required comma validators dot email. Sorry, not email. Validators dot required validators dot min length, right? This is the min length. Min length we gave as we want how much, whatever you want to give, you can give here. I am putting some string and I confirm password colon. Here I am going to give double quote comma validators dot required. What is the other one we have given here? One is like one is like it is required, and for the confirm password also we have given it must be some 6 characters. Okay, it must be undergo this must match. No, not characters. It must undergo the must match. Okay, that's the service we are going to call. For that, we have to give here uh, validator. This is a custom validator. Custom validator in the sense you are going to match the two up to now what you have done is like these are the system validations, mean length and
Yes.
yeah. But coming to here, we are going to give custom validation. Here you are going to take one must match function, and you are going to pass the password and confirm password to that. And if it is true, then only you are going to set it. Otherwise you are not able to, or you should not set this value as true, this value
Okay.
as valid. Okay. For that, what you have to do is you have to give like this, and here you have to give validator colon, and you're going to use must match. Okay. And we're going to pass two things. First one is like password, which should be equal to our that control form name, form control name. Okay. Other one is confirm password. These two should be equal.
Mm, there
uh,
is, I guess, a comma mistake in line 23.
23.
After, yeah, over here, you have to put comma. Yes.
Yeah. One is this one, and another one is this one, another one is like, okay, I think should satisfy. Uh, Now some problems there. The dot must match. Where it is? It's confused. And must match is like a, yeah. This one we have to import actually. Then only it will become true. Okay. This is like the total form group, and this is the end of the init. And then to whatever that FO we are declaring here, right? If you remember, that should to get, I mean, I am going to pass the form control for that f, that is written. We have to write like return this dot register form. This is our form name, and then controls. This is how the f will have the power, validation power in the HTML. So I'm talking about this f. Okay, you are getting.
Yes, I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay, this is something like to access form fields in HTML. Okay. Yeah. Mm, now the thing is like it's like cool. And on submit. On submit is what that we have given there now. In the first we have given the form. Once the form is submitted, it should become like this dot submitted is equal to true. Okay. And one more thing is like if it is invalid, it should return that form. After after the first submission is equal to true, the next calculation it should undergo is invalid. Valid means all the details are entered in the form. If not valid, it should return the form. For that, we have to write start here if form is invalid. Invalid means user not entering all data in text boxes. Okay, so for this, if this dot register form dot invalid is equal to return. If it is invalid, it will return you the total form. It won't process the next one. You know, right? After return, whatever the statements are there, it won't execute in any language anywhere. If you are returning only one time, it won't execute the further statements. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, if it is submitted, and then I am going for one alert here. It is like a success, and then that alert should be just JSON dot string. If I am going to get the response in this dot register form dot value, whatever the register form is having, that value it will be returning to the alert.
And what is this register form? Okay, so our form. Okay.
Yeah, yes, no, these are form. No. You see, so then first we have created. No. These are form group. This is
Yes,
where
yes, yes.
all this total all
Yes,
divs
yes,
are
yes.
available. Okay,
Yes.
fine, fine, cool.
Yes.
Um,
So if someone will type everything and then submit it, what will happen? It will be submitted.
this alert will be alert will have alert
Okay.
is in that alert will be readed, and then the JSON or stringify whatever the alert you are passing, right, um, that will come to the this will give the total values whatever you are passed, and it will show you in one alert.
Okay.
But here we have, since we have the error, we first we need to go and write one validation, one I mean TS here, that is this is something like must match must match dot validator data dot ts. Okay, here what the first thing I want to give, form group. Okay, form group, here I am going to give form group grv, okay. From where, from angular forms at angular slash forms. Okay, and then other one is like export function. Here it's like must match. Okay, export function must match control name. Here I am going to give string. Okay, comma string, comma matching control name. This is a string, is also string. So if we are going to pass the two strings for this function, one is the password, other one is the confirm password. Both are actually should be equal to the in the HTML. Their control form name is there, na? It should be equaling for them actually here. So that only whatever the user is entering in the text box, it will come and sit in the must match password and confirm password. And in the validation, we are going to get those two strings here. And after that, we want to return form group form I am going to return the farm group actually means farm group colon farm group. Okay. Here I am going to give the const control is equal to farm group dot controls dot control name. First one is like control name. Control name is our first the password. Okay, control name is our password, should be um, yeah, this is one. And one more constant I am going to take the other one, matching control. Here I am going to take the farm group. Everything will be there in one farm group, right? It's what farm group dot controls. In this I am going to give the matching control name. Matching control. Why I am getting this one? Farm group. Yes, small. So getting getting password and confirm password. And what
So
else?
we are over here. We are typing a validator.
Yeah,
So this is basically what we can say is
yeah. You
this
are
is a
going to
custom
get,
validator.
yeah, custom validator
Okay.
where you are going to earlier like you saw only the validation, but now you are going to see the custom validation. Custom validation you where you can able to do the validation on your own.
Okay.
Okay, now here you are going to give matching control dot errors. If there is any errors, then and also if there is any matching control dot errors dot must match only, right? Yeah, must match. If there is any problem in the matching, then if any problem in the matching, then return. Don't do anything. Means it will remain as same. It won't go further. Here return if another validator is already found. If any errors means it won't validate it. It will directly return it. If it is the both values are equal, then it should validate it. Okay. It is something like matching control validation fails.
Mm, if matching control dot errors dot must match. What does this statement means in line 9?
Yeah. Here, if controls are okay, if controls are failed, errors okay are not matched
Okay. 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 Okay.
or not matched. At that point of time, we don't do anything. It will return the form as it is. means it has showed like the form is not a valid form. Okay, and that box, whatever those boxes are there, right? Confirm, they will become red like this. Okay, and control dot value if not equal to matching control dot value. The both values are not equal. Okay, if the both matching values are not equal, then matching control dot set errors. Matching control dot set errors. Like here, else your else thing is matching control dot set errors means both are valid. If control is something, if the control and not, if they are not matched, if they are not, if they both are, then the errors are actually true. Okay, if it means else part, in the else part there are no errors for this, it means it is a valid form, and obviously the the field will become valid and it will get submitted. So since we are exporting here this must match function, it has to be imported here in the uh, this sorry, import must match from where from match first let me check the true, and then here I am going to pass some data, and I am going to give something like this, and then error.
Can you show that must match one more time?
Yeah, 1 second. Must match, right? Sorry.
Uh,
1 second. I will go and do first. I have to check now. So here, if I go and on submit,
uh,
yeah.
I think so. Email should be in email format, I guess.
1 second. No, actually, we are not getting the basic also. 1 second. Reactive form. From browser. Mm, secret
Krishna,
from.
I'm just coming from restroom. Okay.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay. So, so register form, right? Whatever. It's only we have done. It's
Hi, Krishna.
yeah, hi, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah. I was seeing some error. I was 1 second.
Okay. Mm, okay.
Farm group. We are already having this on it. Farm group already. Okay. Farm group is my farm group is my group, and then farm control name is first name. But we are giving the farm group as a
Okay, I
register
think
form.
so. The F of form group should be capital.
F for farm group should be capital. Uh, is it
Yes, I think so. It will be solved.
except where in HTML?
Mm, yeah, here on line 9.
Yeah, good catch, man.
Okay, so now cannot bind form group since it's a known property of form. Okay. Mm,
It is cannot.
do we need to,
Yeah.
this reactive form module, do we
No,
need to import into only module or do we also need to import in the component?
component it is not necessary because we are not. It's just like a global module. But once you are giving form, automatically it will come and pull that also.
Okay.
Uh, Bind to the form group since it is not property of the form not bind to form group. Okay, bind to the form group. Somewhere the I think dues also I have to check once. This one, this one. What is this error? Changes. There you go. Okay. What's the problem here?
Mm,
Form group since it is unknown as a known property of form. I think this is
uh, why it is saying V class? Can you go in HTML? I think so. We have written a V over there, which is uh,
B.
mm,
After that, what it was having is having for the class only, right?
yes.
Class equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 B class. We'll copy and pasting it might be invalid class. Huh? Yes.
Mm, now our classes are right.
1 second. I think it is showing like this, right? This. So
Mm,
class equal to V class. Oh, then okay. I think it has to be some angular forms. This will go here to okay. controller here to directive component. Okay, so but okay, we have given this one now. We have given the reactive forms, right? Yeah, we have given the reactive forms. Forms module. Forms module. Reactive forms module. Given that. Later on, reactive forms module. Forms module.
Okay, I think so now okay. Form group isn't a property of form.
So it's like forms and forms module. Both are from Angular forms. It was imported, and reactive forms module and forms module both are again imported. Okay, but here in the components, it has to okay two forms in your control. Reactive, reactive, underscore forms underscore directives. Manual forms. So from Angular forms, reactive forms directives, reactive forms directives. No, it's not there. Right. This forms directives in the, here it is in the directives. Okay. Reactive form directives. Like work. No, it's not working. Some some comparison, some version problem, I think so. Check on
Mm,
it. Again, this is something whatever it is, 8.0. I think it is a version problem. I will check it. No problem.
okay, okay.
Yeah, 8:14. 8:14. 8:14. Or 9:14. 8:14. Yeah. Validating T. Text box. Form group and then first name, label first name, form control name, class equal to form control. Left out. Come on, I will check it. No problem. Okay. We'll see this
Okay.
tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay.
There will be some minor mistake. We'll check it.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Yeah,
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
yeah, bye.